Hey, good morning everybody. This is Organic Dairyman. Today is Monday, January 21st, Martin Luther King Day if you're in the United States. And yeah, I'm just up here in the dry cow shed just checking on everybody. And obviously pretty much everybody that was supposed to calve did calve. We have some maybe in February that are due, but there's that black heifer. Let me get right there. Yep, she was supposed to have calved already, but she's not bred. Obviously we don't have a bull here, so we artificially inseminated her, and she didn't apparently settle. So she's coming up here now, and so if she would have had a calf, she would have had it by now. So I think that we're just gonna maybe this week we're gonna take and sell her. So probably what we're gonna do, maybe if the weather's good on Wednesday, I think we're gonna take her to the sales barn, so I could use the money. We could use the money from her. So yeah, so anyways, I'm just getting going here for the day, and got to plug in one tractor out the shed. The other ones I left plugged in last night, and it's a little blustery out this morning. The wind is out of the southeast. It's light snow and a lot of blowing snow on the ground, so the snow is drifting from out of the south. So yep, this is typical winter weather around here, typical January type weather, and hopefully I'm really looking forward to see what the groundhog has to say here. Yeah, that's kind of a big tradition. It just looked as, I don't know. He's probably gonna say it's gonna be 6 more weeks of winter. But I guess whatever the groundhog says, there's 6 more weeks of winter no matter what. But it's just kind of nice to hear if you didn't see a shadow or not. But I guess so. I gotta get going here. So that's that. Okay, everybody. Just getting going here with the outside feeding chores. And I got to get the dry cows a bale of hay here, and kind of blustery out there, as you can see. The wind is really whipping out of the south, but I think at the end of the day today it is gonna whip out of the north. I think, I don't know. So it's just like the wind is blowing all the snow, drifting in everything from the south, and it's going to turn around and drift everything in from the north, probably. It can't win. Yep. So, set you guys back over here. Oops, sorry. I'll get the ways here. Gotta get Yep, the dry cows eat a lot of hay. There's 10 of them, I think, we're feeding in there right now. And yeah, I don't know, probably gonna have to get another. I know this hay is probably gonna get us by till sometime in the spring here. I'll probably have to get another load of grass hay in. Yep. The reason why we feed the dry cows grass hay pretty much is because it's low in potassium, and obviously dry cows cannot have high potassium hay. If they have high potassium hay, what are they going to have problems with? Milk fever. Yes, you're going to have milk fever problems. So unless you have some really low potassium alfalfa hay. Well, and it affects them too as far as getting ketose juices and stuff like that. It's just good for him to have low potassium intake. Yep. We used to have a lot of problems with milk fever and stuff like that. Once we found out it was the hay, the problem was the hay we were feeding, it fixed a lot of things. Yep, so I gotta get these guys they're dry, they're grass hay, and oh, it's not a very pleasant day out. Whoa! Go on and open up the gate quick and drop the bale in. Today's the day I think I'd rather stay indoors. Come on, cows. Oh, there's corn up here. Sure is handy. I don't use it to be mean to them, but it's nice to get them out of the way sometimes. Okay. I'm gonna cut the strings off and I'll get by with you guys later. Maybe I should set you guys over here and watch so the dry cows don't squeak out. I don't think they will, but they're hungry. Anyways, I better get these strings off and I'll get back with you later. Boy, it is cold out there. Or the wind makes it feel pretty cold. Yeah. Man, ooh, blustery and cold out there. Yeah, so I'm just here loading for the cows right now. Glad I'm in a heated cab though. Oh man. Oh, I need a pair of regular sunglasses so when I wear my contacts, I'm not squinting. Yeah, so we got a good blustery wind here, blowing away. I'll show you guys here in a second. You can see the wind whipping over the bag. Oh, it was earlier whipping over the bag, but yeah, just blustery out there today. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the noise. I know this always makes a little bit of noise. There's the camera around, but yeah. So, anyways, I think it's probably gonna be it for today's video here. We gotta kind of get done with things here because we gotta go to a visitation tonight. Anybody that's been following my channel for a while knows, well, how do I say it? And if you're new to the channel, we had a guy during the summer months that he would chop our hay for us. He was, he did custom chopping on the sideline, and the guy, he was 85 years old. He was a retired dairy farmer, and he spent his retirement years, he quit milking cows. I don't know what it was, 68 or something. I don't know. It was back in 1988 or 89 when he quit milking cows, and he had all girls in his family, so nobody took over the dairy farm or anything. So what he did for retirement is he went around chopping hay for people and corn silage. Yeah, that's what he did. That's how he wanted to spend his retirement. And yeah, this guy was the guy that we had to come. We've had him. He's been chopping hay for us he didn't chop corn silage for us because we just did our own, but we just have him chop hay for us. And he's been doing it for the last 5 years. Man, calm down. It's like 2013, you know. Anyways, yeah. So it was about almost a week ago. Last Tuesday evening, he passed away, kind of unexpectedly. Well, he had knee surgery, and he ended up getting a blood clot. And I think that's what took him. It's the same thing my dad, he died from. He had knee surgery, and that's what my dad, he got a blood clot. Well, the thing is, this guy, this isn't the first knee surgery he's had done. He had a knee surgery done up in 2017. It was like July or something, 2017, he had knee surgery done. And he also had shoulder surgery done up in December of 2016. So, you know, his plan was to get his knees, have both of his knees fixed up. He's going to recuperate, and he's going to be ready to chop again this year. You know, that's what his plan was. He wanted to get all fixed up, feel good, and get back to chopping hay again this year. Chopping hay and chop some more silage this fall and stuff. Yeah, this guy, I mean, he just loved doing it. You know, when some people retire, you know, or when people retire, they have like a hobby or something that they do. And this was this guy's hobby. You know, he just loved chopping hay and corn silage. You know, he just lived for it. You know, he just loved doing it. You know, he never got rich doing it or anything. He didn't charge a lot. That's why he got a lot of customers usually. Towards the last, though, when he did hay, we were his primary customer. He maybe had 1 or 2 people that he would do yet once in a while, but you know, not always. And so we were his primary customer that he would chop hay for us. And then in the fall, like starting in like late August or early September, he'd go out and start chopping corn silage. And that's where he'd get flooded with calls. People would call him. Some people would want him to chop 10 loads. And he couldn't say no. He was that kind of guy. He could never say no. He loved helping people. Loved helping people save money. He just loved doing it. He enjoyed it. He didn't have the greatest equipment, you know, but I think he liked fixing the stuff more than he did. He actually liked chopping some things. Yeah, he was quite the guy. Like I say, he was 85, and he was still chopping. Last year, or last fall, he was chopping corn silage for people. But yeah, I got a video of him out chopping. Maybe I'll post a link down in the description so you guys can watch it. But, yeah, he loved doing it. That's what he lived for. That's how he spent his retirement. And he didn't want to stop. He figured if he stopped, you know, if he stopped chopping, he was getting retired. He was gonna end up in the nursing home and die. He got his wish. He never died in the nursing home. He actually was in the hospital when he died because he started having problems. I think, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 days after his surgery, he started having some issues. I don't know what it was exactly he had issues with, but he was in the hospital, and I guess that's where he died. He was in the hospital. So he didn't die in the nursing home, and he died in his sleep, so he went peacefully. My biggest fear was always finding him dead underneath the cutter. He ran a self-propelled, and he had a Pultec cutter that he would bring up to our place and use every year. So, yep. Yeah, so that's kind of what the deal is. And it's just, I don't know. It's just not going to be the same this year without him. I guess, you know, problem now, since, you know, he died, we'll probably just have to go back to chopping it ourselves, and you know, we've got That's what we did before we started having him come. We just had him come because it saved a little time. And he had wagons. He had these Badger wagons that he used. And he was always fixing on those things. Oh, I tell you. Sometimes, like, you know, he had that self-propelled cutter, that New Holland 1905 self-propelled cutter, and then he had a New Holland 900 pull-type cutter. And there was one time he was chopping here, and both cutters broke down. Sometimes part of the problem was he went just a notch too fast, you know, when he was out there running. And that stuff, you know, it was, I mean, it had been through the mill and had seen its better days, but yet somehow he'd fix it up and keep it going, you know. He just couldn't quit. You know, he'd pull off a miracle and he'd get it back going again. So, yeah, so anyways, yeah, that's what we gotta do tonight. Go to his visitation. We're not gonna be able to make it to the funeral. It's in the morning during milking. So we figure at least go to his visitation and pay our respects to him. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard to say goodbye to him. Not gonna be easy. I mean, you know, we got to know him pretty good over these last 5 years. We knew him a little bit before we had him come, but you know, we didn't. You know, it's not until we had him come here and chop. You know, we really got to know him. And whenever something would break down, we'd go over there and say, "Oh, what happened to?" His name was Dennis, and we'd go, "What happened to Dennis over there?" And you know, so we'd go over there and help him. Of course, while you were helping him fix it, whatever broke on there, he'd always have a story to tell. Have to tell a story about something, and it was never the short version of the story. It was always the long version of the story, you know. And oh yeah, back so and so when we were doing this job, I remember, you know, at this guy's place. Oh, I just couldn't believe that happened, or whatever, you know. He always had a story, and he was a good man. He's the type of guy that, you know, he'd give the shirt off his back if he had to. And, he was involved in many different things. He was in a barber quartet thing too, called themselves the Mill Tone, where they, you know, they would sing sometimes a cappella, and other things like that. He enjoyed that, and you know, he was involved whenever there was a. He came from a small little town called Rosen, Minnesota. It's just a small little town just across the border. And every so often they'd have like they had an old school there in the town. I think that's what they would have, but they'd have a blood drive. And every time they had a blood drive, he'd be there donating blood. And he was involved with the local church there. And, you know, just... he was involved in a lot of things, and he just liked to help other people, and so, and he was the local county assessor too. He went out and assessed, you know, things for taxes. There's people that loved him and hated him for that, but as you can probably imagine. Overall, he was, I mean, he was a good man. He was very patient. He never swore when, you know, when he was here. I mean, he had more patience than I did. Sometimes I got impatient with his patience sometimes. Yeah, he was a good guy. I just envision him right now. He's up in heaven, chopping on he's got himself a brand new forage harvester, chopping on an endless field of corn. But, you know, he'd have to have something to break down though, because he wouldn't be happy if it wasn't broken down. So maybe God didn't give him a new cutter, maybe he gave him an old one, so he'd have to fix on it to be happy. Yeah, I don't know, but he's in a better place now, so I guess we'll get used to him. Not, you know, we'll make do without him. But I guess that's how life goes, and it's just like I say, it's gonna be hard to say goodbye to him tonight. You know, we considered him a friend, and it's just gonna be hard to say goodbye to the guy. I have got a lot of memories of him. I got pictures of him, video clips of him when he was out here chopping. I was gonna do an interview with him, on-camera interview with him, but I just never got it done and got around to doing it. So, but like I said, I'm gonna post the link of that video from chopping this summer, and yeah, he was quite the guy. Oh, his nickname was Dennis the Menace. That's what people called him, Dennis the Menace. Yep, he was quite the guy. Yep, so he's gonna be missed. So anyways, I gotta keep working here and get done so we can get to his visitations. Supposed to be started at 5:30. It's gonna be at the church there in Rosen, Minnesota, and the Catholic church there. So yep, gonna be hard to say goodbye to him tonight. Yeah, I might shed a tear or two, I guess. Cherish his memory. So anyways, I gotta get going here, so I'm gonna let you guys go. All this video it for today. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop a comment or question down in the comment section below. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Organic Dairyman. Check out all of my other videos. And if you haven't, go ahead, please hit that subscribe button. Tap the little notification bell at the top, that way you get notifications as soon as I put out a new video. I try to post videos daily, if you didn't know that. And yeah, and thanks so much to everybody that has subscribed to my channel and contributed in any way. I really appreciate all the feedback from you guys and everything. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed your Martin Luther King Day of the United States, and I hope you're enjoying having better weather than we are here today. And yeah, so hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.